Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for watching. We have got a proper good show today, analysing the 6 Saturday games. As Haaland blanked, City lost, where does that leave us with our 29 plans? Are we still moving for Erling Haaland? Well, let's look at his numbers today. Even when dodgy penalties and he doesn't do much in the game. Cole Palmer to play today. We're also going to break down some highlights from those Saturday games, including big wins for Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. I think two underrated FPL teams there. So good morning to everyone watching live. Hello to everyone watching later on Sunday on Catch Up. Thank you, as always, for joining. Maliki says Palmer needs a hat trick. Absolutely does. Andy says, I love this stream. It's a football stream with a bit of FPL. Helps me work out who's who and who does what and when. Andy, that is the nicest thing and best way I think of summarizing the show. Like, thank you for saying, because this really is a football show first, an FPL show second, because it's all the visual stuff. We're going to see XG plots, but we're also going to see my favorite thing, which is the average positions and the pass lines. Let's see who is on the ball all the time, who's not. Let's see the minutes of the players, and most importantly for me in FPL, the average positions of the players. I love that. So we're going to get to that. Will Foden be on the radar for 29? I'll be almost certainly having triple Man City for my free hit. 6 to go, 48 so far. Get voted in the poll. How many players have you got left? Gianni for Prime Minister, Kieran. I'm not sure about that, mate. Thank you, though. Morning. Got 4 to play. There we go, John. Nice. Guys, let me know where in the world you're watching from. Where in the world you're from. Hit me up with the country or city. Without further ado, let's get cracking because I need to give a nod just to start off with. Mo Salah, ladies and gents. Mo Salah. He has now overtaken his FPL record. Salah's first season in FPL, when he moved from Roma to Liverpool, was actually his best, right? He hit 303 points in his debut season. It was massive. He's always got good points, like 250, 270, just shy of 300. Honestly, he could get 400. 306 with, what is it, 10 game weeks to go? That's madness. Madness. So there we go. I think he's had 9 penalties, by the way. 9 penalties is absolutely huge. We got people watching from all over the world, including Sweden. There we go. Just like a fine wine, says Sammy. Yeah, it gets better with age. He really does. Come on, guys. Where are you watching from? We've got Sweden represented. It's not just Sweden, is it? Let me flash up a few on screen. And then, look, I want to get showing, of course, with all the data and all the visuals. We've got loads of games to get through today. It's 6 good ones. Some less of interest for FPL and some of bigger interest. Gothenburg, Sweden again. Everyone's watching from Sweden. We got London as well. We got Slough. Nice and sunny for Sammy. He's in London as well. There we go. Denmark as well. The Scandies are all in. New Zealand as well. There. Great. All right. Let's get cracking, shall we? I always like to start these shows with a little bit of XG under and overs. I always see these lists from the Scout members area as if you're on this list, in a way, you could say XG overperformers. They're the goal scorer. Sorry, XG underperformers. They're the ones that missed big attempts, right? They're the ones, in a way, if you own them and they didn't return, these guys didn't return, you're probably a bit unlucky. The data was there. Beto, 0.71 XG. We saw Eddie Nketiah. He missed a big chance for Palace early on. Daniel Munoz, loads brought Munoz in, 0.44 XG. He missed a 1-on-1. And actually, if he had squared it to Ismail Assar, it was a tap-in. I own both those players. Ismail Assar got me a goal, but 1.35 XG. His data is really, really good of late. So, yeah, looking good. Looking good for Crystal Palace in particular. In terms of the overperformers, they're often those that score goals from low XG chances. Jack Harrison, Smallbone, Hudson-Odoi, their goals were from low XG chances. Raul Jimenez is on the list, as is Darwin Núñez and Mo Salah himself. Mo Salah with 1.96 XG. Remember, you get 0.78 for a penalty, and he had 2 of them. So that's like over 1.5 of his XG just in pens. Saar absolutely could have had more. 10K in the world for Abdullah. Fair play. Sammy says, hit that like button, guys and girls. 190 watching and only 21 likes. Thank you, Sammy, for saying. I'd love you guys. Fancy. in that, like, and let's get started then with going through the games. Before we do, Botswana, Birmingham, Australia, Devon, Stockholm, Nigeria, Dublin, Stockholm, Antarctica. Don't know if I believe you. Walking the dogs in the Chiltern Hills. Love that. Ireland, Vietnam. Thank you, guys, for your support. And I would love to get, I've got set myself quite an ambitious target. I'm going to get there today. 30,000 subs by the end of the season. I've got 3,000 to go. Can we do it? It's very ambitious. That'd be 1,000 a month, which I don't get. But it's an option. You never know. You never know. Maybe we can get there. Got to set yourself ambitious targets. Guys, we're going to start with Man City. I've put Erling Haaland on the thumbnail. I think Erling Haaland's the big headline of the week so far. Certainly Man City, the big headline for the week so far, because we're all now faced with a very, very tricky decision. How big do we go on Man City in game week 29? Now, I'm on free hit. My decision's fairly easy. I'm going to back them. I like at home to Brighton. I think Brighton will have a go, blah, 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 blah. But the vast majority of you are not on free hit 29. And now you're faced with, do I buy the guy that I think is the best captaincy option in Erling Haaland because Salah's not playing and Palmer goes to Arsenal? Or do you not sell Salah or Palmer to get to Haaland and you just made your betting, you can lie in it? Now, the problem for Haaland is 29, yes, he has a fixture and Brighton's quite good. It's the 30 fixture. The 30 fixture would be for me, like, you got to move heaven and earth to get there. Because the 30 fixture is Leicester. Haaland could get a hat-trick. Marmoush didn't start. We'll show you that in a second. In general, this could have been a 0-0. Proper dull affair. Big chances, very, very few. Haaland's more important in 30, yes. So let's do a poll. Will you own Haaland in game week 29? Either on free hit or not. It doesn't matter what your chip strategy is. Just will he be in your team? Will Haaland be in your team in game week 29? We're going to do a yes, a no, and I'm going to put a maybe in there because I know so many are undecided because it requires hits for many. You need at least 2 transfers to get Erling Haaland in your team. Some will need 3. Some will have rolled transfers. So get voting, guys. If you're watching on catch up, you can still see the live chat. And I'll repeat what the answer was. So loads of small efforts. City had 14 shots, Forest 9, but it's just no big chances. Remember, the big bubbles are big chances. There's none of them on this graphic from between the posts. How did Man City line up? We know from Pep, he picks teams based on the opposition. He didn't feel like this was a Marmoush and Haaland game. He actually played Savio often alongside Haaland. Doku really high, really advanced. Gvardiol, the most touches on the left. If you're on free hit, Gvardiol is the go-to City defender to pick. He's nailed, he gets forward, and he's always on the ball, so he's good for bonus points if they keep a clean sheet. Haaland didn't have the best of games, but away from home, City at home have been a different beast over the years under Pep. And at home to Brighton, I fancied them. This was always going to be a tricky tie. The City ground, Forest's home ground, is one of the hardest places to go. One of the hardest places to go in the Premier League. And look, the way they've been playing of late, if you go on form, you would say, yeah, City, I hope you've all got your coffees and you don't mind me slurping. You'd say, yeah, like, why did they not go? Why did Man City go into the game as heavy favourites? Because recent form suggests they haven't been. So fair play, Forest. They did what they always do. They can sit deep, they can park the bus, they can play without the ball. 40% possession quite often, not in Forest, and they can hit teams on the counter. And that's what they did. And you can see, like, we'll get back to City in a sec. Alanga is the outlet. Alanga is rapid. Alanga, by the way, I think is the 3rd fastest player in the Premier League this season in terms of miles per hour, kilometers per hour. Chris Wood, hold-up play is good. Hudson-Odoi can also hit him on the counter. And it was an exciting Forest performance because they find a way of scoring goals even with very few big chances. So fair play to Forest. But Man City, does this mean we shouldn't buy them? I don't think it does. I think we just go, they were up against a very, very good team. I mean, Nakib says, to make room for Haaland, I'll be selling Trent along with one of Palmer and Salah. And this is what a lot of managers will be doing. So I understand if you don't want to go there. Pretty much you're selling 2 of Trent, Isak, Palmer, and Salah. Which one should I sell? Game week 30, 32 is the plan. So you can just wait. You can just wait, but you then don't get him for Leicester. And that Leicester fixture for Man City is huge, isn't it? When we talk about ceiling in FPL, is there a better ceiling than Leicester or Southampton? At home, I might add. So Wednesday night, under the lights, I fancy big points. I fancy big points. Yeah, I'm not sure he is. Big Man also said he was going to captain Palmer and didn't, so who knows? um, Man City. Why didn't Marmoush start? He fancied Savio and he fancied Doku and he fancied Foden. Now Foden came off at 69. Now Man City in game week 29, they are the first game. One of the first, it's 3 o'clock kickoffs. The game week deadline is 1:30 next Saturday. We're gonna get Man City team leaks. For those on free hit, if you hear De Bruyne starting, even Marmoush or Foden, you might be tempted. You'll go with one of them, right? If you're waiting on a possible transfer, wait because you might get team leaks. And the likes of Lazy FPL, very good sources for ITK Man City news. So just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. It wasn't great for Man City yesterday, but it will improve at home to Brighton and certainly at home to Leicester. We know Brighton always have a go. Let's move on from Man City to Liverpool. Liverpool, Southampton. Hands up if you captain Salah. Come on, the vast majority of you did. His EO was something like 195%. Madness. So high. By the way, to summarize on Erling Haaland, 39% of you think you'll have him in your team. 36 don't think you will. And about 25% are saying maybe. I think those 5% maybes will all get a yes. Because if you're thinking about it, you'll probably do it because FOMO will get you. And it's captaincy. It's captaincy. So Salah captaincy right here, just like Sammy. 4.79 XG. It was a mauling. Southampton should never have scored, guys. 0.67 XG for Southampton. It was a big error from Van Dijk and Addison, a mix up at the back. And that's where we're at now. I told Maliki to captain Darwin. And actually, Maliki, I'm quite happy with that. I know Salah outscored him, but you were bloody unlucky. Salah did nothing all game. He got 2 penalties. Darwin, goal, assist, open play. Well, the assist was the pen, but good decision. I think that was a good, brave decision. Addison clearly not the best in the world, says Sammy. I don't know. I think he probably is. Look at all the shots from Liverpool. 28 of them, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were outside the box. 23 shots in the box. Yeah. I don't know. I think that was an orange card. I wouldn't put that down as a red. It's one of those where it's a harsh red. It feels more than a yellow, but there is no orange. It's a yellow. So Liverpool, they find ways of getting big chances, especially against weak teams like Southampton. This just shows us one more thing. Liverpool won at best. They rested some players and they still clocked 4.79 XG against Southampton. Guys, we have to target Southampton. We have to target probably Ipswich. And boy, do we have to target Leicester. Think about that with your transfers. Am I buying a player that's playing one of those 3 teams? The reason I took a 4-point hit for Ismail Assar was because he was playing Ipswich and he's got Southampton in 2 weeks' time. We have to target these teams because genuinely, we've not seen teams this week, not a batch of 3 newly promoted teams that have come up from the Championship into the Premier League that have been so easy. Usually there's one team that escapes the relegation zone and finishes sort of lower mid-table. And then maybe 2 go back down, but could put up a fight. These 3 teams are dead and buried, especially Southampton and Leicester. We really have to target them. Yeah, Manetzi played the sort of Cunha role. We'll talk about him later. So look, Salah and co. We don't need to study the average pitch map for Liverpool. We know what they do. We know where they play. Tsimikas came in. Trent was heavily involved. Trent was quite involved. Like Trent's XGI numbers would have been pretty useful. I'll look at them now. It wasn't to be though with Trent. Like, fine. The clean sheet wipeout's annoying. It was one of those games where Trent probably with a clean sheet gets some bonus points. XGI was 0.34. Still someone I want in 30. I don't really want to be selling Trent. And I think some might be forced to do that to get a Haaland in. Um, we're not going to study that game in more detail. We're going to get to games that you know less about, and that is Crystal Palace Ipswich. Now, Crystal Palace, I know they have a blank game week, but just note to self, everyone, your buy in game week 30 should be a Crystal Palace player, right? Should it not? They're flying at the minute, and they have Southampton. If you're on wildcard in 31, you're going to go triple Palace because Palace have a double in 32. And they could double in 33. Palace could have double. In 30, it's Southampton. In 31, it's Brighton. Guys, if you don't have Daniel Munoz, get him in your team. Not this week, I know you can't, but in 31, in 30, make sure he's in your team. Then Mateta will be back, you'll want him, and then it's one of Eze or Sarr. Or you even go Henderson or Gahey if you want double defense. Personally, I like double attack because I feel like the upside is there with them. Against fixtures like Southampton, your defenders might get 6, your attackers could get 16. They really could get 16, right? Ismail Sarr yesterday, I bought him in on a 4-point hit. It looked really risky. I got 11 points. That was worth the hit. Sometimes the points are here and now, they're up for grabs, and we worry too much about the long run. We should have been buying Palace players a month ago, but we didn't because they didn't play in 29. Well, look at all those points you've missed out on Munoz or Sarr or Mateta. Already got 3 Palace, well played. Yeah, looking at for sure, got Munoz, yeah. And you know what? Munoz is an attacker. And let's just have a look at this. Like, look at all the shots, by the way, Palace, 19, loads of them in the box. And they find ways of getting big chances, even though they conceded a few. So maybe slightly fortunate to keep a clean sheet, Crystal Palace. But look at the position. We love a back five. It means Daniel Munoz is always attacking down that right. And there's no one ever in front of him. So he is the right winger. Ismail Sarr is always inverted. Nketiah went off, and I knew this when I bought him. Nketiah won't get 90. We'll see Sarr down the middle. Sarr down the middle for the last 20, and he scored a goal. Now, Sarr won't always be down the middle. That's fine. He's still good on the right. Lacroix, Richards better than Gay Henderson, in my opinion. Maybe. Lacroix feels like at set pieces he's a real threat, although Gay's had like 5 attacking returns this season. Chilwell came on late. I think it was about 15. I was listening to the radio. Yeah, Munoz may as well be a striker. He literally is insane down that right-hand side. I bought Munoz in game week 20. I sold Gabriel. Everyone owns Gabriel. It was a proper risky pick. Munoz has scored over double the points of Gabriel. Like, this isn't a brag. Like, I'm having a terrible season. That's one thing I've got right. And I got that right because I look at maps like this and just seeing every single day Munoz, every Sunday, I'm like, just talking about him being a right winger. Why is he not in my team? Bring him in, even if it means selling Gabriel in game week 20. Like, it was worth doing. So, Crystal Palace, bye-bye. Even though they don't play in 29, just know in 30, your transfer should be on at least one Crystal Palace player. Ipswich, we don't need to study. No one's buying Ipswich players, are they? I don't think they are. Now, guys, just want to give a little call to action here. I've got 375 of you watching. I set up this YouTube channel 2 years ago. I tweeted this 2 years ago. And I've done YouTube content for 6-7 years on FPL. For years, I just did content on other channels, and it was always fun doing and contributing to them. And I thought, I have to set up my own channel. Now, I missed the boat in terms of the early YouTube wave of content creators getting huge numbers for being one of only a few accounts. And now the market's flooded, as you know. There are tons of FPL YouTube channels, some way better than mine. Because I was so late setting up the channel, I feel like I should have more subscribers. I would love to get to 30K. And because I've been doing content for 7 years on YouTube, I should be on 30K. So if you want to help me get there by the end of the season, please click that subscribe button just to show your support, right? The YouTube algorithm shows you videos that you probably don't want to watch half the time. By hitting subscribe, you're dictating the algorithm. The channels you're subscribed to, it shows you stuff. So it really helps me out if you hit subscribe, but hopefully it helps you out. Because if you're watching this video, it makes me think you're interested in other videos. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to support the channel. And thank you so much for the support. It genuinely means a lot. And I do these Sunday streams for fun because I digest them. But if you want to help my journey by hitting buttons, then yeah, we would love that. Sammy says, let's get to 100 likes. Come on, guys. And again, that helps the algorithm too. So let's carry on with our game breakdown. By the way, the Haaland poll, 41% of you are saying you'll be in your team. That'll be interesting. Crystal Palace players, guys, just please, 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 if you're going to do one thing, note to self, if you don't own any by game week 30, transfer one of them in. Daniel Munoz in particular, they're flying. and the fixtures are too good not to. Too good not to. Anyway, I really appreciate you hitting those subscribe buttons, guys. Thank you. Let's crack on, shall we? Still got 3 games to get to. And also, I want to review the games coming up today. So, Brentford, Aston Villa, Lozan and Burma and Vissam probably quite fancied their chances going into the game. Brentford didn't turn up. Now, why did Brentford not turn up? And their home form's not been as good as you might expect of late. Is that are they getting tired? It is the same 11 every week. Should there be more rotation there? But they don't play midweek football, so they should be fine. Aston Villa have played midweek football and look really fresh. And again, Villa usually get the hangover off the back of Champions League. We didn't see that yesterday. Now, Morgan Rogers, I think, is the best value midfielder in the game. He is the best point scorer of all those that started the season at 5 million. You know, the 5 million mid, you always have one in your squad. There was one 5 million mid that has more points than anyone else to date, and it is Morgan Rogers. Now, Morgan Rogers has been so unlucky in the last couple of weeks. Like 2 calls allowed for marginal offside calls in 2 consecutive weeks. Look at these 2 calls. One was yesterday, both involving Ollie Watkins, by the way. So close. Maliki, thank you so much for keeping up your membership. Appreciate that. Rogers was absolutely mugged off. And I had him in my team, so I'm annoyed. But it is what it is. All I'm saying is keep the faith with players like Morgan Rogers because they get the chances, they get in the positions, they get in the box. Often a 90-minute man. And Villa as well, they're going to double in game week 33. Morgan Rogers will be getting a lot of love on wildcard, I think. So, look, this is the first time we've done a Brentford shot map on this channel where we've not seen big bubbles. Brentford, I'm sick of saying it every week. Big chance. Brentford, they might not accumulate loads of chances, but the ones they do, they have the best in the league percentage of big chances to small chances. Well, yesterday, we didn't see any of them. No big chances for big chance Brentford. What on earth is happening? Was Disassi just a man possessed? Maybe. Oh, Mackham, I made the Cunha to Watkins transfer last week as well. Don't. I made it right at the deadline. It wasn't even part of my plans. Absolutely hurt me. So, big chance Brentford didn't turn up. Villa can actually defend. We didn't know that. Villa went into yesterday's fixture with only 3 teams keeping fewer clean sheets than them, and it was the 3 newly promoted teams. Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton, they're the only teams that conceded had kept fewer clean sheets. But yesterday, Villa went and kept a clean sheet against a really good attack. And Brentford are a good attack. Don't be too put off by Brentford. It was just an off day. I don't think it's such a small sample size to see one game. And Burmo might be killing you, but I'm sure he's got you big points in recent weeks, dude. And Burmo's been amazing. He's the 3rd best scorer, I think, in FPL. 173 points. So he got you 5 points last week in 27, and in 26 he got you 14 points. Now I don't own Burmo. And Burmo and Wood are 2 players that have been killing me this season. So it was nice to see Burmo and Wood both blank for once. Gabriel's the other one that kills me. So I need him to blank as well today. I can't see that. I think surely he turns up. One of the 3 always does. So yeah, let's look at how they set up. Leon Bailey is getting minutes. Interesting. I don't know why. Rogers played as number 10 because Asensio was injured. We are going to see, I think, Rogers out on the right-hand side, but he won't have the average position of a Leon Bailey. He'll be inverted, and we'll see Asensio as the 10. It was a back 4. It was Disassi right back and deep. When Disassi's right back, it's often a back 3, and Luca Dean gets the license forward. He is a good FPL asset. I know he's a troll, Luca Dean, but he's always one that passes the eye test. He's always one that passes the eye test. Now, when we look at bonus points from this Aston Villa fixture, Watkins got the 3. It was actually Mings and Konza that picked them up. Interesting. You may have expected a fullback but no, it was Watkins on 3, Mings and Konza. So Watkins, it's not a 4-point goal, it's a 7-point goal because he wraps up the 3 bonus when he does. So there we go. Jacob Ramsey getting the start over Rashford. Those 2 are rotating every time, by the way, pretty much every time. So Villa, they seem to have found their groove. Big win against Bruges, big win against Brentford. Looking forward for Villa. I know, again, they don't play, so we're all selling Villa assets. But just know, if you're on wildcard, it's fine. You can bring them back. But if you're not wildcarding 30-31, you're selling Villa assets, err on the side of caution because I don't mind their next set of fixtures. It's Brighton, Forest, but then it's Southampton in 32, and 33 is very likely to be a double that includes a home fixture against Newcastle in a double. So yeah, yeah. Sammy says disciplined by Villa. Very much. Sammy's our resident Brentford fan. Brentford, by the way, and Burmo wasn't really a wing back. We always joke, oh, Brian and Burmo right wing back. He's still the second most advanced player on the pitch for Brentford. And actually, that cross at the end I thought was magnificent. Like Ritz chucked a leg at it, but what a ball that was. Asensio was missed. Asensio for the double. I think Asensio is going to be first choice number 10, and I think Rodgers is going to play inside right. They're both too good not to start. They're both very good in front of goal, or not very good. They both get chances. They find ways of getting chances. Let's move on to Brighton versus Fulham. Thank you guys to all those that are joining at 9 o'clock. I realise in England, Match of the Day 2 finishes at 9 o'clock. Those of you jump on at 9. This is your like FPL equivalent of Match of the Day without actually seeing all the juicy bits. So, guys, thank you for joining. If you want to like and subscribe, if you're new around here, that'd mean a lot. Appreciate that. Brighton versus Fulham. Brighton. I don't know if they deserved it. Yeah, you can't bet Rashford on that money. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I do. Just die player now. That late penalty changed the XG plot of this map. Going in, look, take off, get to 90 minutes, and they're both. It looks like 1-1 draw, right, or a 0-0 draw even. And actually, it was a bit of a slugfest. Very few shots. 9 shots to 6. Like, I want more than 15 attempts in a Premier League football match. You know what I mean? More than 15, please. But Brighton, look, Brighton are chasing down. When you look at the league table and you look at fifth, top 5 this year are going to get. Oh, thanks, Robert. All right, I got you. When you look at the fact that the Premier League are now going to get 5 because of the coefficient in the Champions League, there's a ton of teams that can get fifth, and I include Brighton in that. I include Bournemouth in that. Like teams that we don't associate with getting Champions League football could actually get it, and I mean more than just your Newcastles and your your Forests. Forest will surely get it. But Brighton could get Champions League football if they keep winning games. So again, just monitor Brighton because they might just build this rhythm. Now, I do think they lose to Man City, and I'm going to target Brighton with Man City players because I just think when Brighton go to away grounds, we saw them go and concede 7, was it, to Nottingham Forest not that long ago? I saw them at Stamford Bridge earlier this season concede 4 goals. When Brighton go on the road, they went to Leicester and conceded 2, right? Brighton, they went to Villa, conceded 2. They went to Ipswich and kept a clean sheet. They went to Old Trafford and conceded. I just fancy them as a team like Man City will play off the park because Brighton will go and play football. They won't be deep, and that'll play into City's hands. But after City, Villa, Palace, Leicester, it's an all right run. It's an all right run. And they caused teams of a similar standard like Fulham problems. And they were the better team yesterday. 9 shots to 6, XG 1.7 to 0.69. They did edge it. In terms of how they're setting up, I wasn't sure João Pedro would start. It was either going to be Welbeck or João Pedro because the one guy that is always starting now, and he's really making a difference to their players, Jorginho Rutter. He's now the number 10, not João Pedro. So we see Rutter there just behind João Pedro. Flanks, we've now got consistency. The left-hand side's always been Matoma. That right-hand side has been a Dingra, Solly March when fit. We've seen Rutter play there. And Minter. Minter feels like he's had it more often than not. If you look at recent games, Minter has started the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 5 Premier League games, Minter. And he's 5 million. I don't mind him as a punt. He didn't do much yesterday, but not many Brighton attackers did, in all fairness. It was one of those games. But if I'm looking at like selling, many will be doing this. I'm selling Cunha to Haaland in 30. I know I'm doing that. And I'm selling Palmer to a budget mid. I'm going to have up to 6 million to spend. But if I want to save a bit of money, 5 million Minter is definitely on my radar. And look, Jorginho Rutter is also on my radar. He has also started the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. These guys are like 1% owned and they're 5 million. Worth a look at them. Worth a look at them. Obviously, Matoma's the best attacker. Not only nailed, but he's way more expensive. That's the problem, Sally. Like I've got to spend 6.5 to get to Matoma, and I'm not going to have that. I think Minter could be loads of fun. Yeah. for the end of the season. Um, the Haaland talk is madness. Guys, if you're not already subscribed or checking out the Double Pivot, it's a YouTube show I really recommend. So if you want to click them and hit subscribe, show them a bit of love, do so. So yeah, we know they've got class players. Balaba's not going to be at Brighton long. They'll do well to keep the likes of Liverpool away from him. Fulham, Iwobi had a great game on the right. We don't see Iwobi on the right. He was on the right yesterday. Raul Jimenez scored his goal to get well. Great cross from Iwobi. But Jimenez still comes off. Again, just remember that. Jimenez still comes off. He has a good game. He scores a goal. Minis will always get minutes. So when Fulham double in game week 33 and you want to buy a forward, just know you're never getting 90 from them. Iwobi's been awesome this season. That has to be said. No one's owned him in FPL, and he's picked up the same amount of points, slightly more than Morgan Rogers, who we all own and all talk about. Guys, later, I've got the 5th in the world, Max, for a very special YouTube show that's going to be out very soon. I'm proper excited to have Max on the channel, and he's going to be joined by another person in the top 10. I'm going to have 2 managers in the top 10 in the world chatting on this YouTube channel. The video will drop probably on Monday night after the Newcastle game. Honestly, I'm so pumped for it. Like, we're going to have 2 of the top 10 and me, little round table, little 35, 40-minute chat. So I'm going to record that tonight, and I'm going to drop it after the Newcastle game on Monday. So tomorrow, or tonight even, will be my free hit first draft team. Then Monday night, 5th in the world. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you are with the notification bell so you get an alert to both these videos, because I'm super pumped to show them to you. My free hit first draft, I'm going to spend all day drafting. I think I know what I'm doing, but you know. And then so Monday night and Tuesday night, 2 night uploads. Make sure you tune in for that. Yes, I'll definitely try and do members only video, although I only have them for like half an hour, so I don't think I have time to do members only with them, but maybe I can do something from them. January with the A-listers, yeah. Guys, thank you so much for all the love today. It's been a slightly shorter episode because there's only 6 games to go through. So 30k subs incoming. I hope so. If you want to help me get to my milestone of 30 for the season, I would love that. I set this channel up 2 years ago. I've been doing FPL content for 7. If you want to support my journey, you can by doing. I was very late to the party. Very late to the party. But yeah, let me give you 2 minutes on my chip strategy whilst you're hopefully hitting those buttons. We've just had a question about. Do you know what we'll do? Stay there, guys. What we'll do, we'll give out some memberships. Just give out 5 memberships to celebrate something. I don't know, free hit. So let's give out 5 channel memberships this morning. Let's do that, and let's do some wildcard chat and chip strategy chat. Also, answer this. So to win a membership, I will drop. I'll give you a 60-second warning. You've got to do 2 things to win a membership. You've got to like and you've got to subscribe. If you've done those 2 things, you can win a membership. Play 10 in 29 and hang on to Rogers Gakpo in 30. Well, I would sell Gakpo. His injury problems are concerning. Definitely sell Gakpo. You don't need Gakpo in 30. You might not even start, dude. Sell Gakpo. Thank you so much for the super chat. Keep Rogers, sell Gakpo, wildcard 30. Yeah, looks good. Oh, wildcard 32 works. Or 31 if you can. G loves to give away, yeah. Okay, so guys. Oh, by the way, Diaz had a really good game on the left yesterday, I thought. And Diaz has been playing well on the left. It's not even Gakpo first choice anymore when all fit. So look, we're going to give away some memberships. We're going to talk about the wild card. When am I wild carding? My plans are to free hit in 29. Then I'm going to use transfers to get to a good team in 33. I may bench boost in 32 or 33. I'm not sure when I'll bench boost. And again, my bench boost is going to be for 4 single game weekers. We're not going to get 15 players playing twice. So with that in mind, you don't have to bench boost with like the optimal team. I could bench boost in 36. You know, who knows? It's going to be for 4 single game weekers. My wildcard window is 34 though, because the teams that double in 33 will blank in 34. You cannot have a good team for 33 and a good team for 34 without a free hit or a wild card. So many are wild carding in 31, 32, and they're going to free hit in 34 or 33. Now that's fine. That's great. But I'm doing it the other way around. You need a chip for 33, 34. I'm free hitting in 29, and I'm gonna wild card in 34. Um, thank you so much, Jay. Very kind of you, mate. Sent a a super chat or just some money. Thank you for donating, dude. Donating, I don't even know if that's the term. I'm not a charity, but thank you for contributing. That means a lot, mate. I'm gonna be buying a drink with your name on it. And Maliki also gifted a membership. Oh, dude, thank you. Knowing I'm even gonna be giving away. Oh, Heather with the membership. Love that. It's so nice when the memberships go to people that I know from the chat so well. Hey, Paul, hope you're good, man. So look, if you're just tuning in, go back and watch the last hour. I know loads of you are just joining because 9 o'clock has hit and you've finished match of the day or whatever. But we're coming to the end of the show, but I want to give away some memberships. So I'm going to give away 5 memberships to 5 people randomly in the chat. Now you have to just spam the chat, guys, because it goes to 5 people randomly. I'll give you this is your 60-second warning, right? In the next 60 seconds, I will hit the button and 5 memberships go to 5 of you. I'll have plenty of members only content out, and you can go back and watch any of the members content only from last week if you want to. To win a membership, you have to subscribe and you have to like. Chicken nuggets. Love that. All the random spamming. You can spam all you want, guys. This is the only time you're allowed to spam. If you're wondering why you can't write in the chat, you got to hit subscribe to be able to write in the chat. That's how you know you subscribed. Uh, if you're watching and why I'm silent, just know there is some awesome content coming out in the next 48 hours on this channel. First, we've got my what was it? My team, my first draft tonight of my free hit team. And that'll be useful to free hitters and non-free hitters, just seeing what players will be obvious. And then we've got on Monday night dropping 2 managers from, including Max, who's 5th, from the top 10 having a chat. Can't wait for that. Guys, I have hit the button, so 5 of you will be winning those memberships. Apparently, it's been announced in the chat. There we go. Congrats if you won. That, guys. Congrats if you won. Members only content out this week. If you're just joining, go back and watch the last 45 minutes. Enjoy your Sunday and good luck if you went Palmer captain. I hope Chelsea win and I hope Palmer does well. See you later, team. Bye bye.